All right, my man, state your name and let them know you on Real Talk with Nick.
I'm Reggie Boswell. I'm on Real Talk with Nick.
All right, that's what's up, man. Nick fan.
Definitely.
All right, who's your favorite player on the Knicks?
I say Julius Randle.
Wow, Julius Randle. What you like about his game, man?
Well, his intensity, although he is moody, he has to stay consistent. If he's consistent, he'll be a superstar, but he lets his mood overtake his game.
Really?
Yes, he does.
Okay, so when Julius Randle was on this high roll, what do you see him do that make you say, oh, that's the...
He could go inside or he could take it from outside. He developed his three game, and that's what made him better, his three shot. From the three-point line,
Right?
he didn't have that before. He developed that, and that made him more dangerous.
Okay, but when it comes to critiquing that, Julius Randle, your only thing is his
His
attitude.
emotions, yeah, man. He lets his emotions get the best of him.
Do you think he's able to handle the New York media, man? Not all
I
players.
think that was new to him because he came from a small market. And when you come to a bigger market, there's more scrutiny. And the more scrutiny there is, you have to be able to handle that. So he has to develop that hard skin to deal with the New York media.
Okay. Now, what do you say to those who say that Julius Randle needs to stay in his position, meaning he plays out his position?
I agree. He doesn't need to bring the ball up court. Let the point guard handle the ball, bring it up court, because he doesn't have a good handle. He gets it stolen from him a lot, He holds the ball too long. See, the NBA has changed. They're playing the European-style ball. And they let big men handle the ball too much, and they let them shoot from outside too much. I'm old school.
Right.
I believe each position has its duties. The point guard is supposed to bring it up and set up the big men. You understand? The off guard and the small forward are supposed to do most of the shooting. If they don't get it, then they throw it down low to the big man, and then he works it on the inside. But today's game is European style. Everybody's shooting from the three-point line. And it's changed like that. So Julius has to understand his handle is not good enough to bring it up court and set up the team. That's not his job. That's why he loses the ball all the time. Give
Right.
it to the little man, get in your position, and let the little man set you up. And then he could work it on the inside.
Okay. Now, when we got somebody like Obi Toppin, who plays the same position,
Yeah, I know. Obi Toppin is dynamic, man.
is there going to be a conflict of interest when we speak of Obi and Julius Randle being on the same roster at the same time?
I think they could work it.
Think so?
Yeah, because Obi's, he plays like a small forward. He's quicker than Julius. So Julius could play a bigger role. He could play like the five, and Obi could play the four, the power forward.
All right.
A quick power forward, because he's strong enough to do that. They could work it, but Julius is going to have to humble himself and give up the ball, You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, speaking of point guards, man, we all thought that Kimmel Walker, man, was going to be the guy that
I
was
think
going
he's
to...
past his prime, and he has injury problems. So that's going to play a big part in that, His game is not the same because of injuries. So he's not as quick, and his quickness is his strength. So if he's not as quick anymore, he can't get to his spots. You understand?
Right.
So that's what hinders his game. He's not the same anymore.
You don't think he's the same anymore?
Not at all.
So you think it was a bad...
It was a bad pickup, man, because they knew he was injured, and they were hoping that he could come and bring his old self back, but it didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
Didn't work out. He was good in spurts, but he wasn't consistent.
Do you think he was overzealous of playing in the city of New York where he's from? You don't think it could have been that?
No, I think his injuries really hindered him. He was happy to be home. He may have been overzealous at first, but his injuries hindered his game. He couldn't be consistent.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, I want to speak of coaching, man. We had a lot of coaching under the New York Knicks. Besides Red Holzman, who obviously took it all.
Mm-hmm.
We are down the block from Earl the Pearl, y'all. Right? I'm looking for Earl the Pearl. Listen, if you're watching Earl the Pearl, I'm hunting you down, babe. I need you on my channel. But anyway, back to what we was talking about, man. When we speak with coaches, man, besides Red Holzman, who do you think was the most effective coach the Knicks ever had, man?
One that, what's his name? The one that commentates with Mark Jackson. Little man. That was holding on to Alonzo's leg. I can't think of his name right now.
Ain't Gundy?
Gundy. Yeah. He was good, man. He was good. And let's see who else. Oh.
What about Mike Woodson?
Mike Woodson. Mike Woodson was excellent.
Now,
They didn't give him enough of a chance.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned Mike Woodson not having enough of a chance. Because he brought us back to the postseason talk.
Yes, he did.
When we had Melo and Chris Porzingis.
Right.
And he was great when we speak of the offense.
Right. See, that's what
Tom Thibodeau.
He doesn't have the offense. He's a defensive coach. He doesn't understand the offensive game, man. You know, that's been his weakness throughout his coaching career. Conflict on the offensive side. His defensive coaching is excellent.
So do you think that was Mike Woodson's weakness, the defense?
Maybe.
So don't you think they should have them two together? Mike Woodson as an assistant.
That will work.
And Tom Thibodeau.
That will work. That will work. But you know who I really want to see? But he's been blackballed. Mark Jackson.
Oh, man. Talk to me, man. You
That's
ain't the only
who
one.
I want to see, man, because he's the one that rose Golden State up to where they are today. And the coach they have now walked into a good situation. Mark Jackson set that up. But, you know, he made some statements, and they blackballed him. He may never coach again in the NBA.
Wow.
He made statements about the owner's son, I think, being gay. He made a statement about gays, and that blackballed him in the NBA.
Wow. But overall, you think that Mark Jackson will be the coach that will help the Knicks?
Big time.
Big time?
He's the answer. He's the answer.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he's a player's coach, man, I'm telling you. He played the game. He knows how to play the game, and he's a point guard coach. He would definitely focus on the point guard, handling the ball, and directing the team.
Okay, so speaking of Mark Jackson having the gyms to teach the student of the game when we speak of point guards, do you think that would be a good fit for him to gel with Emmanuel Quickly, who's a combo guard? Do you think Emmanuel Quickly, under Mark Jackson's supervision, can Mark Jackson turn Emmanuel Quickly into a Steph Curry, basically?
That's a hard one. If it quickly humbles himself, yeah. I think.
But I never known Quickly to have any.
I think the other kid, the young kid, would be good.
McBride?
Yeah, McBride. He has good defense. He's quick. I think he would be a good student for Mark Jackson.
McBride. So, you know McBride's in the G League.
Right.
Think he should be there?
No. He's better than that, man. They're not giving him a chance. He has great potential. Great potential. I've seen it. We've seen it.
Right.
He has potential.
Right.
Him and the other guard, the one that came in with him.
Yeah, McBride. I think you got Quentin.
Yeah, right.
Quentin Grimes. Talking about Quentin Grimes?
Yes. Grimes. He's good too.
You like Quentin Grimes?
Yeah, I like Quentin Grimes.
What you like about his
good
game?
Good defense.
Okay.
And he has a good outside shot. He can shoot the three.
He can shoot the three.
Yes, he can.
And when you talk about players like Cam Reddish, man, who came from the Atlanta Hawks, you're not sold on him?
Nah.
Played with RJ in college?
He didn't show me anything.
Nah?
No. Maybe they didn't use him right. You know? I don't know. It seems like they're trying to set up a Duke team. Him with RJ, and there's talk about them going for
Zion.
Zion, right.
I'm hearing a lot of talks, man. I'm hearing 1 minute Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I don't think Zion's a good fit, man. I think he's a head case.
Why you say that? Talk to me.
Because, he went and gained weight. It's like he's not serious about his game, about his career.
Now, can I say something?
Yeah.
When everybody thought the Knicks was going to get Zion, we didn't get him. Zion Williams looked like he wanted to cry, man.
I know. He was upset.
He was upset.
He was hoping to go to the Knicks, the big market.
I believe he really want to play for the Knicks. He's not happy where he's at.
Yeah, who wants to play in New Orleans?
And he's doing whatever he could do to force a trade.
You think that's
what I think it is personally.
Maybe.
He's doing whatever he can do.
Maybe he'll be motivated when he get with his homeboys, you know?
Yeah, he say he's moving to New York, and I mean,
really?
I'm reading like articles on him. Like,
Might be a good fit, but he would have to stay healthy, keep his weight down, and be serious about his game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only way it's gonna work. And he has to be. He can't be sensitive to the media, because New York media eats you up, man. If you don't have a hard skin, it can make you fall. You know what I'm saying?
Now, as far as Donovan Mitchell, man, you look forward to him coming to the Knicks if it was to happen, or do you think that wouldn't bring a good move?
There's more talk of this kid Brunson from Dallas coming here. That's the main talk.
But how you feel about him?
He's good. He's solid. Good point guard. He's got all the skills. And I think New York market would be good for him.
Think so?
Oh, yeah. I'd rather have him than Mitchell, because Mitchell is more offensive-minded. I don't like an offensive-minded point guard. The point guard's supposed to set up the other guys. He's too offensive-minded. We don't need that from a point guard. I don't like that.
And that was the next question I was going to ask you. He wouldn't fit on a defensive
Not at all.
With Tom Thibodeau.
I don't think so. It wouldn't be a good fit. I think Brunson would be a better fit, because he can pull back his offensive game and he can dish to the other guys too. You know, he can also be a good offensive choice, and he could be a good disher. He has the skills to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think Mitchell is a good disher. Nah, he's more offensive minded. I don't like an offensive minded point guard. I'm not with that.
No?
No, not at all.
Now I want to go back to the greats, man.
Okay.
Was Clyde or offensive?
No, Clyde was balanced. When you needed him to be offensive minded, he did it. He took over the game. But he was more defensive minded. He had balance in his game, because he could take the ball from you in a second. Great artist, man. He could steal it from you in a minute. He would time you, knock that ball away, and take it down court. He was good. He was my favorite Knick. Matter of fact, he was my favorite NBA player. Clyde is it.
Clyde was it.
Oh, yeah. He could take over the game. And we saw him do it all the time. When they needed him to take over the game, he did it. But during the game, if they didn't really need him, he was balanced. He would dish it off and give it to, Reed, DeBusschere, whoever was open. And if they went on their game, he would take over. Clyde was it, man. I don't care what anybody say. Clyde was it.
Did you like him over on Earl the Pearl?
Yes, I did. He had a better defensive game than Earl. Earl didn't have a good defensive game. He was all offense. All offense.
Because, Clyde said he used to have nightmares before the game when he had to play against Earl.
Because Earl was offensive-minded, yeah. He was tricky. He could handle, and he could hit shots from different angles, and he knew how to use that backboard. And that was his game.
All right, y'all. We had a little quick flashback. I want to bring it back up to date when we talk about today's centers. Mitchell Robinson. Mitch, he's an unrestricted.
I don't like Mitchell Robinson. He's not.
You don't like him?
Not focused.
Come on, man, Mitch.
Not focused.
You don't see the growth in his game. He used to foul out early in the game. Now
his attention span. It's like he has attention deficit syndrome or something, man. I don't like his game. If he focused, he could be a monster. But he's not focused, man. He can't stay focused in the game. I don't like him.
You don't like him? So you said trade him?
Trade him.
Wow.
He's had enough time to develop a game to be further than he is right now. I'm not with him, man. I'm really not.
You're not with him?
No.
And R.J. Barrett, you with?
R.J. Barrett's going to be a superstar in the league. He's consistent. When he drops to the basket, it's hard to stop him. He's developing. I think his development is going right along with the point of his career. He's going to be a star of the league. He's going to be one of the stars in the league if he stays consistent.
If he stays consistent.
Yes.
Now I want to get back and talk about Tom Thibodeau, man. This is the nail in the coffin, man.
Okay.
Is he the right coach for the Knicks? Or where he run them down to the point where you hear the ambulance? Would Tom Thibodeau run his players down?
Yeah, I don't think he's the right coach, because I don't like his offensive coaching. He's not good offensively in the coach. He doesn't know how to focus on the offensive side. He's more of a defensive coach. And if that's not working, you have to pump up your offense.
But they say defense wins games, man.
Not all the time. Sometimes you got to pump up that offense too, man. If the other team is playing good defense too, and it's a tight game, you got to have an offensive strategy. And he's not good with the offensive strategy. That's been his weakness throughout his coaching career. You know, that's why he's had conflicts with offensive stars on his teams, because he doesn't know how to coach them and make them, set them up to be successful. He had a problem with Towns in Minnesota. He had problems in Chicago. The only one that prospered under him was Rose, but other players didn't like him because he didn't know how to work the offense with them. You know, that's his weakness. He's a defensive coach. That's his strength.
That's his strength.
Yeah, that's his strength.
Now, I know you've seen the Knicks when we came to 4th seed. Did you see the game when we got bumped out of the playoffs, Atlanta Hawks?
Right.
Who fault was that? If you had to point fingers, man, who get the blame for the Knicks getting bumped in the first round of the playoffs, man?
Randle.
You throw it on Randle?
Yeah, man, because he froze. He was like a deer in headlights. He couldn't take that pressure, man. He was taking whack shots. He wasn't himself like he was during the season. He felt the pressure. He felt like it was all on his shoulders. I could tell. And he really floundered, man. He failed us, man, big time.
Big time.
Yeah, because that was when the intensity of the New York media went in on him. And he felt the load on his shoulders, and it showed. He was like a deer in headlights.
Damn.
I was sorely disappointed in him, man. Was nothing like he was during the season. He just went blank on us, man. I'm telling you, taking bad shots and just laying back, being passive. Didn't like it, man.
Didn't like it.
He failed us. He really did.
Wow, man. And with that being said, man, it is what it is, man. OGs out here saying what they feel about these New York Knicks, man.
Yeah.
We need a championship. It's been a long time.
I know.
You know, we got to bring it back.
Yeah.
To
Gotta
these
bring back
New
the
York
orange and blue
streets.
to the top, man.
And we going to do that. We going to work, baby. We going to work.
I
And
hope
we
so.
out. Peace.